My name's Lu Hogan. I live at Armidale in northern New South Wales, where I produce prime lamb and beef with my husband. I'm also the manager of the Armidale node of the Drought Hub for southern Queensland and northern New South Wales. I wanted to contribute to the Drought Hub because, like all other farmers, we're experiencing the impacts of climate change on our livestock business on a daily basis, and particularly the impacts of droughts. During my lifetime, I've seen droughts increase in their intensity and also their frequency, and the counterbalance to that, which we're experiencing this year, where we have excessively wet conditions and as a result of that, also very intense and damaging storms. We know that farmers have long-lived experience in managing variability, but with this increased intensity and frequency of droughts, it's really time to look around, hone our skills, look for new tools that can increase our resilience to drought in the future. That's why I wanted to contribute to the Drought Hub, so that I could work with farmers and rural communities to improve the viability of our rural businesses and to protect our soils, our waterways and the biodiversity on our agricultural land. If we can improve the viability of our rural businesses, protect the soils, waterways and biodiversity on our agricultural land, then our resilience for the future will be much improved. And we will have the flow-on effect of happier families on farms and vibrant rural communities. There's an old saying that the best time to prepare for drought is when it's wet and it's green. And that might be in terms of putting money in the bank, but equally it might be in terms of making substantial investments on farm to improve drought resilience, whether it's polypipe and troughing to secure water, confinement feeding areas, or the use of a new agri-tech tool. One of the really important decisions that livestock producers make during a drought is whether to maintain sheep and cattle on farm and spend lots of money feeding them through the drought, or to sell and restock at a later date. This is a crucial financial decision for the resilience of the business going forward, and we want to support farmers with tools and strategies to make the best business decision possible. We want to help farmers make really good investment decisions, understand the return on capital from that decision, and really make the right investments for the future. We also want to work with the service providers who support our farmers on a daily basis. So whether you're a spraying contractor, an agronomist or an advisor, we want your business to come through a drought period being resilient and able to continue to provide service to farmers. And this continues to be really important, or becomes increasingly important as we have less and less labour on farm and more reliance on external providers. We have a range of technologies and strategies that we want to encourage both farmers and also students studying rural science at the University of New England to take up as through the Armidale node of the Drought Hub. Firstly, we want to increase the use of long-range rainfall forecasts so that farmers can be prepared and planning for appropriate cropping programs and livestock programs based on rainfall forecasts. Secondly, we want to promote the use of continuous feed budgeting so that we're always matching the amount of pasture available to the stocking rate. And of course, ensuring that we maintain a minimum level of ground cover to protect our soils from erosion. So these are just some of the ideas that we have for the Armidale node of the Drought Hub in northern New South Wales, but we're always keen to hear from others across the region about their ideas and their thoughts of what we could do to make a difference in their region.